covering every county. This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
We are following a couple of breaking news stories this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon. I am Aaron Nolan.
And I'm Mallory Brooks. So we begin with our first breaking news story. The Arkansas Department of Emergency Management reports there has been explosion at Esterline Technologies. We're told one person has been injured. Now, there was also an explosion at the same plant 2 years ago where 2 people were injured back in 2016. A breaking news story we will continue to follow throughout the day. Yeah,
another story developing right now. Hot Springs firefighters are battling a large fire at a building off Albert Pike.
Officials say the blaze at an old business building with apartments started this morning. Caitlin Reardon is on the scene with the very latest. And Caitlin, what do we know right now?
Well, Aaron and Mallory, they've been here for hours, obviously battling this blaze. You can see behind me that they're still doing it. They're actually attacking it from above at this point with water. It started about just after 8 o'clock. They say the building was actually fully engulfed when they arrived on scene. Now, this is on Albert Pike. The road runs through town, and the road is closed for a section of it. It has been for hours. It is expected to be closed for at least several more hours. We know that the upper floors of that building that you can see, it's the old Myers building, the upper floors were apartments, and police say right now there's no word on if anyone was inside when this fire started. What they're doing is they're going to have to keep attacking this blaze, but they're actually bringing in heavy equipment to begin to knock down these walls because they're saying that the building, of course, at this point is structurally unsound. You can see it's pretty much just a shell at this point. So we're waiting on those heavy equipment trucks. Those should be here in about an hour or so, we're told, and then they'll start to bring down this building so that they're not waiting for it to fall at a later point in time. Also, just a quick note from police, they told me that since most of Hot Springs Fire Department is actually here working on this fire, they do have Lake Hamilton assisting with other calls throughout the city while these firefighters are tied up here. We'll continue to follow it, and we'll keep you updated on anything that develops, more information as we are here throughout the day. But reporting live in Hot Springs, I'm Caitlin Reardon. Back to you.
Caitlin, thank you so much. A disabled 8-year-old is hoping some bad guys have a change of heart after stealing specialized gear that he used to hunt with.
Troy Washington reports how the family is looking for the crooks who stole his gear.
Jace Collum got out of the hospital on Friday ready to hunt.
He's only 8 years old, and he don't understand everything about life, but he understands when they come take your stuff, it's not right.
But he can't head to the hunting stand his grandpa made specially for him because someone took the gear he needs.
He's had a lot going on in his short little lifetime.
Jace isn't your average 8-year-old. He's resilient. In 2015, he nearly died in a crash that left him paralyzed due to a spinal injury. And since then, he's spent a lot of time in and out of the hospital, but none of that slows him down.
You can't hold him back, and we wouldn't want him to be held back because we want him to have the same opportunity that every other kid has.
Since he loves to hunt, his grandfather built him a customized hunting stand equipped with everything he needs to do what he loves.
He's not able to sit up by himself in the wheelchair, so we have to have special equipment to help him, be able to shoot.
He has a hunt coming up soon, but on Friday, bad guys crept in and took the very things he needs to be able to shoot.
Somebody had pried the door open and ransacked it, took all of his hunting gear.
They stole the dead shot, all the things that I had to help me hunt.
The family says the crafty crooks even took a specialized hunting stand.
It was screwed to the floor of the cabin, so they had to have tools to take it out.
As a date for the next hunt nears, Jace just has one request.
I want my stuff back and them people to turn themselves in.
The family says even if the crooks don't have a change of heart, they'll figure out a way to make sure Jace doesn't miss out. Reporting in Forest City, Arkansas.
And they have contacted Arkansas Game and Fish, and they are on the lookout for Jace's gear. If you know anything, you're asked to call the St. Francis Sheriff's Office.
An active duty soldier stationed in Kansas is in the Bauxite County Jail accused of trying to meet a 16-year-old girl for sex. 31-year-old Andrew O'Brien was arrested Saturday in the parking lot of a Mountain Home business. The sheriff says the girl sent explicit photos of Brian at O'Brien's request. He faces several charges.
And an early morning brawl at the Clarksville Waffle House led to a man's arrest and serious injuries for another. That fight started around 4 Friday morning at the location just off of Interstate 40. Colton Parmenter told officers he punched and bit the victim inside the restaurant, then drove away with another man and later wrecked. He is charged with felony battery. Police have not said what led to the fight. Homeowners in one Northwest Arkansas town taking their complaints about an ongoing underground fire to their city leaders. Those living in Bella Vista call it the stump dump. The city says it's not in charge of extinguishing the fire and that the city doesn't have the money to deal with it. Many living in Bella Vista say the smoke from the stump dump won't let them sleep. One man even spoke in a hazmat suit to send a message.
We have a health issue here. Somebody needs to step up to the plate and pony up the money so that we can get the fire out. Then you all can decide years from now who's going to pay for it.
Preliminary results on an air quality test done by the state health department show the air in Bella Vista is unhealthy. Bella Vista's mayor is asking state and federal lawmakers for help. He will meet with state legislators this Friday.
During the season of giving, many local organizations are doing their part to make sure everyone has food on the table. Protein-rich foods is the hardest to come by, but thanks to the Happy Egg Company, the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter now is going to have over 75 dozen eggs a month.
Me, as a person, I think the Children's Shelter is the happiest place on earth, and it's a no coincidence that Happy Eggs had to meet the happiest place on earth.
The company's donation will supply the shelter with enough eggs to feed more than 400 children every year. Donations will continue for the next year.
Happening now, President Trump's former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's sentence has been delayed until Flynn's cooperation with Robert Mueller completes. Flynn previously pled guilty to one count of lying to the FBI. Also happening today, Vice President Pence will be visiting Cape Canaveral for the launch of SpaceX's Falcon 9. That rocket will be carrying a new design of GPS satellites for the Air Force.
On this day in history, how about 1777? The U.S. gives thanks on the first National Day of Thanksgiving, celebrating the victory at the Battle of Saratoga. Thanksgiving, as we know it, was not officially moved to the fourth Thursday in November until 1941. How about 1892? Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Ballet was performed for the very first time. Just in time for the holidays, the Christmas ballet debuted at the Imperial Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg, Russia, to the delight of kids of all ages. The Nutcracker would not be performed in the U.S. until 1944, but I know